Hello everyone, thank you for watching and visiting Hartland Oaks. Today let's talk about some harsh truths about using donkeys as livestock guardians. Donkeys can be great livestock guardians, but I'm not so sure if something as cute and adorable and tiny as our miniature donkeys here would serve that purpose. Dragon, stop using the tripod as an itching post. Bad donkey. Are you rolling in the fire pit, Jewel? Come here, Dragon. You're in the way. See, these guys are super small. To be a miniature donkey, you have to be under 36 inches tall. Jewel here, she's probably about, I don't know, I haven't measured her, 27, 28 inches tall. Dragon here, come here, Dragon. He's our biggest donkey, and he's between 31 and 32 inches tall. He looks kind of manly and tough and pretty dirty at the moment. But I just don't know if this would be a great option for protecting livestock. I mean, they're bigger than dogs, but not a whole lot. Let me try to put them together with some of our dogs so you can see. Come here, Gunner. Gunner, come here, boy. So let's give you a perspective. This is Prince, miniature donkey. Gunner, come over here, Gunner. This is my Gunner boy. I just can't see him. Come over here, Gunner. Come on, Gunner. Come here. Come on, Gunner. You're such a big old baby. How are you supposed to look ferocious and show that you're going to protect the livestock when all you want is your belly rubbed? Huh? Come here. Come here, Gunner. Come here. Gunner, come here. Come here. Well, I'm trying to show you the perspective that they're close to the same size. Gunner here's about over 100 pounds. This guy, probably less than 150, and if Gunner would only stand up, I could show you. Gunner, come here. Give me kisses. Come here, Gunner. Let me bring another dog in. Oh, you gonna come here? Come here. Come here, Kimber. Kimber, come on. Come here, Kimber. All right, come here, Beretta. This is Beretta, a female, so she's much smaller. Easy, don't eat, don't scare Prince. You can see, sweet girl, very good at guarding our livestock. She barks at everything, which is what we need. She barks at everything, she alerts everything. She is there when babies are born. Nothing gets close to our animals without this one being allowed. This one here, he's quiet. He'll walk up and address a threat. But again, if there's a bunch of these dogs, and if you look over there, we have 5 of these right here. 5 of them working together might be more than a match for this little guy here. He thinks he's tough. He tries to be tough. But I just don't know. I wouldn't want to risk it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back inside and I'm going to pull up some articles and share them with you of times that miniature donkeys didn't fare well as livestock guardians. All right, welcome inside my house, my humble abode here at Hartland Oaks. And as I said, I was going to show you some websites, so it's not just me talking, and some stories about why miniature donkeys may not be the best option when it comes to using them for livestock guardians. So here's that website I keep mentioning that comes from Canada. You'll see that Ontario's mentioned a lot. I believe Alberta's mentioned a little bit further down here. But it talks about using donkeys as livestock guardians. Now this is really about sheep, but I would guess it could be applied to goats and other animals as well. As we go through this, I want to come right down here and talk about this here. Donkeys rely predominantly on sight and sound to detect intruders. Sorry about that. When approached, sheep tend to move so the guard animal is in between them and the intruder. Donkeys are loud when they bray, and they're quick to pursue and scare away predators. But my argument again for dogs instead of donkeys is dogs bark before there's a threat. Dogs wander around the fence line, they urinate, that kind of scares predators away. If a donkey has to fight. You know, they can rear up on their hind legs, they can kick, they can bite. I'll try to find you a video of donkeys attacking and holding their own against some coyotes, or I've even seen them fight against a hyena in a video once before. So donkeys can injure, they can even kill canines. But again, we're talking larger donkeys. And this video is really about not using miniature donkeys, smaller donkeys to guard your livestock. Now, I also mentioned this earlier, donkeys have different personalities. Some are very compatible with sheep or goats, some are not. I mentioned that I don't usually put Dragon, my biggest gelding, in with my baby goats because he plays rough. He likes to chase things. At least he used to. I've kept them separate, so I haven't really observed the behavior in a while. But some of my others are super sweet. Diva just likes to follow little tiny baby goats around and treats them like she's their mother. So it's kind of cute. This article does talk about the size. Miniature donkeys are under 36 inches. Micro donkeys are under 30. My biggest donkey is between 31 and 32 inches. I have a couple that are under 30 inches. So that's the necks are pretty low, which I think is something that doesn't make them as good at fending off predators as something taller. So this website recommends you use something like a small or standard or small or large standard size donkey, something that's still not too intimidating for you, safe for you and people, but can really do a better job in protecting itself and protecting its herd. And you could even go large, you could go mammoth again, but I don't know if that would be the best choice with small livestock. Now, if you're putting mammoth with cows or horses, yeah. Would I put them with sheep and goats? I don't know. It really just depends on your donkey. When I first started putting my donkeys with my goats, there was a lot of backlash from people about how dangerous that is. So just understand, some people are for it, some people are against it. Now, when it comes to donkey genders, this article goes and talks about how a Jenny with a baby, is really good at providing protection because she wants to protect her own baby, and so therefore she'll protect the herd. Even without a baby, they tend to be more gentle with some of the other livestock, the smaller livestock. Geldings, that means a fixed male, may also be a good option. Their temperament seems to be a little bit better than an intact jack, an intact male. But again, my intact male, I trust him around the smaller livestock more than I do with my gelded male. It's just different personalities. But the male, my intact donkey, when I had a full-size intact donkey here that I was helping rehome, working with the Houston SPCA, just because that donkey was on my premises, still separated by 2 fences, his testosterone level or something went way up. And he was just running around. He was trying to get through the fences to go fight that standard donkey that was like 4 times his size. And that same time period, he just randomly attacked my German Shepherd. He's never done that before. He's always been super sweet, but I guess having that other donkey around, he was just feeling kind of feisty. So I also ran across this website here, thedonkeyrescue.org. And they had a good article about the truth about donkeys as livestock guardians. And as we scroll down here, you'll see, I thought this was an interesting little tidbit here. Donkeys will often target calves and harass them and keep them away from their cows. So basically what this is talking about is a donkey might think that the cow's calves are intruding, and the donkeys will scare the calves away to protect the cows that they normally protect. It also talks about how donkeys may be really effective at deterring smaller predators like coyotes or stray dogs through their loud braying, their charging behavior, kicking ability. However, they may not be effective against larger animals, mountain lions, bears, wolves, or even animals that hunt in packs like feral dogs, something I keep talking about. And if you look here, donkeys may be more susceptible to predator attacks themselves. While they may deter some predators, they can also become targets for larger predators or packs of dogs that see them as potential threats or prey. So miniature donkeys should never be used as livestock guardians for this very reason. So don't just take my word for it. There's lots of other sites out there who give some of the same advice that I am giving. So the harsh truth here is these guys are cute, adorable, and tiny. Hence the name, miniature donkeys. Aw, Jewel, you just love attention, don't you, girl? Yes. And using these guys to protect your livestock could be a costly mistake. It could cost lives. So I just did a really quick internet search, and I came up with 4 really sad examples that I'll just quickly go over. Just things that back up what I'm trying to say so that hopefully you don't make a serious mistake like this and lose one of your loved ones, one of your donkeys, your miniature donkeys. So the first case here is an article from December of 2024. A Connecticut man was justified for fatally shooting a bear that killed his pet donkey. Now a bear is pretty big, obviously, but I'll move on to some smaller predators, and you can see the outcome still weren't in the donkey's favor. So here's a second example. Just real quick, I searched and I found an article from June of 2017. Breaking, wild animal on loose, blamed for donkey death in Martin, the Palm Beach Post. So we don't know what animal that was, but the donkey ended up not surviving. And I don't even know if that's a miniature donkey or what size donkey. It might be larger. Let's find another. Here's a news article back in, looks like December of 2024. Therapy donkey in ICU after being attacked by dogs in Green, Colorado. Let's find another. And I just pulled this one up from Facebook, and it's just a few months old, actually. It's from last year. This post says, and I'm going to leave the person's name out because I'm sure this is quite sad for them. This is the hardest post that I have ever written in my life. Cole, my miniature donkey that was mauled by 2 dogs that came on our property on Monday, October 13th, suffered massive injuries and died last night. Ooh. I hope that never happens to one of my donkeys, and I hope it never happens to one of yours. But here's just 4 quick examples. You could go through the internet, and I'm sure you can find many more. Now I'm going to go back to cuddling with my animals and letting you see them in the rest of the video, and I'll share some more information. Thank you. This here is Prince. He's our breeding male. Now, he's an intact male, obviously, since we use him for breeding, full of testosterone, and sometimes he likes to think he's manly. As a matter of fact, the other night there was a pack of coyotes not too far off the corner that direction. We have a small German Shepherd, and she ran that direction, and this guy slowly took his time and headed to that corner as well, like he was going to do something. But he's probably 27 inches or less tall, probably about 150 pounds. He's not super big. I'm not saying you're not tough, Prince. I'm just trying to say I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. Just to give you an idea of the size of these guys, when I stand up, I'm out of the camera, but you can see these donkeys are thigh high. They're small. They're cute. They're cuddly. And I just wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them. And remember, dogs, coyotes and dogs often attack in packs. So many donkeys, they just lack the size, they lack the strength, they lack the endurance to be effective livestock guardians. Another thing to consider is each donkey has a different personality. Some donkeys might make better livestock guardians. Others will just think of themselves as prey and may run away. Some donkeys aren't even great with smaller livestock. A lot of people say don't put donkeys and goats together. Ours have been raised together, so they do pretty good. But I'll be honest, we have one gelded male who's probably our biggest donkey, somewhere between 31 and 32 inches. He plays a bit rough, so we don't usually leave him with the little ones unattended. Now ours, they've been around bunnies, they've been around chickens, they've been around goats, they've been around the big horses, they've been around the miniature cows. So ours, you know, they're pretty good with all the small livestock, but They all have different personalities. So to add a little bit more about this personality thing, and I said some donkeys just aren't great with small things, the amount of aggressiveness that they have towards small animals like sheep or lambs or goats can vary. They could play rough. They could try to step on them. I've seen videos of them biting and picking up. They could even kill your smaller livestock. So just be wary. Don't leave them unattended. Make sure you're there and monitoring in the beginning. So believe it or not, these herbivores, even things as large as horses, are prey animals. I guess instinct tells them to protect themselves and run. Now I'll be honest, my dogs, my minis here, when they see dogs they don't know, they'll go up to them, they'll approach them. So donkeys instinctively don't like canines, so you got to watch that. Now ours have been raised with canines, so they're pretty good with the dogs that they know. But as I've mentioned, Prince one time just randomly out of the blue got in a fight with my small German Shepherd. So a lot of experts, they warn that these miniature donkeys, they can get injured. They could even be killed trying to protect animals by being livestock guardians. So let's think about it. These things weigh, on average, 200 to 300 pounds. I told you Prince there, he's well under 200. Jewel here is probably less than 200. Some dogs are bigger than that. Wolves are bigger, can be as big as that. Bears can be bigger than that. Coyotes are much smaller, but again, coyotes and dogs often work in packs. And that's what makes it rough. That's where the endurance comes into play. The donkey can kick, the donkey can bite, but when animals are coming, when predators are coming from all sides, it just gets dangerous, and you don't want to risk that. If miniature donkeys like this one here, Jewel, who's biting my sleeve and won't let go, isn't a good choice for serving as a livestock guardian, think about getting larger donkeys, standard or mammoth. Think about livestock guardian dogs, Great Pyrenees, Anatolian Shepherds. There's many out there. There's even llamas. Llamas, they say, I don't know a whole lot about llamas, but some say llamas are good livestock guardians as well. So basically, in closing, in short, don't use these guys as livestock guardians. Think about getting some good fences. Think about getting a larger donkey that can deter predators. Think about livestock guardian dogs. Think about something a little more feasible to be your livestock's bodyguard. Remember, your cute little animals' lives are at stake here, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to mine. I love these little things. So, if you don't mind, if you like the video, please like, please subscribe, and check out more of our animals here at Hartland Oaks. Thank you for watching.